Welcome back. Well, it took at least a 200-yard rushing performance to be considered for this week's South Dakota High School football list. The performers keep getting better and better. So, Jandy, who made the cut this week?
You're right. We're into some rare air right now. To make this top 10 list takes a big performance. Let's get started. Jamin Errand has been the featured back at Bridgewater Emory-Ethan since they lost Cole Gassman to a season-ending injury. Errand rumbled over Canton with 234 yards and 3 scores. And how about Colin Freisline? He threw 200-plus yards, 4 touchdowns, and he also caught a touchdown pass. That was the Langford quarterback. His teammate Nick Kaplan also on this list. He was on the receiving end of those 4 TD tosses. How about Peyton Zabel? This guy is a constant feature on this list. He threw for 4 more touchdown passes, 21 of 31. He ripped up the Sturgis Brown defense all day long. Here's one of the long ones he had last Saturday night. And how about the Alcester-Hudson duo, Jaden Mickey and Eli Skoglund? They torched the GV defense, combining for 541 yards. And as you see here, the game ball goes to a trio of Madison players. Josh Giles, Jaden Yonke, and Jackson Yonke absolutely torched Lennox. Giles 13 of 18, 294 yards through the air, 5 touchdowns. And the Yonke twins combined for 6 total touchdowns, 221 yards receiving between the two of them. You get the package deal, 3 for the price of 1. Madison now will turn their attention to T area in a battle of ranked 11A teams. These players are really coming off of a big game, and something T will really have to game plan for. By the way, in case you missed it, there's a couple of linemen that get on this list this week. You got to give them some love. The coaching staff gave them love. Let's take a look at the offensive lineman for Washington. Future Nebraska center Will Farniak gets a touchdown carry. He has 3 older brothers who all play or have played FBS football, and I don't believe any of them got a touchdown run to their credit, so huge for them. And also in the fourth quarter, Jack Wilson got in on the fun too. Jack punched a touchdown in for the Warriors at the end of the game. So the linemen getting a little look at how it feels to run touchdowns in for this high-powered offense. As they approach playoff time, they have even more weapons than they started with. Back to you, Kelly.
All right, as if the Warriors needed more firepower on offense. All right, thanks, Jandy. Football was not the only sport taking center stage around the Dakotas this weekend. And on Saturday night in Grand Forks, the 7th-ranked UND hockey team made their first appearance of the 2017-18 season. Might have been an exhibition contest, but the Ralph didn't hold back too much, especially in the pregame introductions, and neither did Bradbury's team. UND had never lost in 15 previous exhibitions against Manitoba of the Canada West Conference, and that wouldn't change this year. After giving up an early go on a breakaway, North Dakota would find their feet midway through the first period through goals from Ludwig Hoff and freshman Grant Mismash. But they'd really get going in the second. Christian Wolanin, Jordan Kawaguchi, Johnny Simonson, and a second goal from Hoff would all come in a 4-goal second period, effectively putting the game out of reach and getting UND off on the right foot in 2017. Freshman Colin Adams would add 2 assists, one of 7 newcomers to put up at least a point in the win. All 4 Lions would contribute a goal as well, and in the end, it was a memorable night for the new kids in green and white, and a good step forward for the team as a whole.
It was obviously surreal. You can't explain your first step on that ice with everyone yelling and stuff like that, but it was definitely a special moment I'll never forget.
Really wasn't expecting that much, with all the, the fire and all the smoke and all that kind of cool stuff. But I was nervous beforehand. But once you got the first 2 shifts under your belt, it was all good.
We've been changing up and switching out lines just to see who works together, and so I wasn't really sure who I was going to play with. So when I saw that, it was kind of like I got a little bit nervous. But Pogo took me aside and kind of told me to play my game and just be comfortable, and that kind of helped me a little bit. And I know those 2 are 2 very talented players, and it kind of helped me. I can't be comfortable where I am right now, and I just gotta keep working. And then same with the rest of the team too. We got so many good players now that anyone can be a scratch, so it's kind of fun that way with all the competitiveness, and just got to keep working.
All right, when we come back, comedy in the form of 280 characters or less. That's right, Twitter upped the character amount, and some great tweets followed. And later, a quick look at our live programming schedule for the week. Stay right here.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera Orthopedics.